homes can only be built as fast as land is made available, as fast as construction companies can do it, and as fast as local councils will approve DAs and the like. How will that incentive from the federal government have a knock-on effect, do you think? I mean, how's that going to change all those big things that are impediments at the moment?
They are impediments, they're huge impediments. So putting $7 billion on the table means that states and territories really will need to double down on how they action and how they deliver against these targets. So that is fixing our broken state and territory planning systems that have failed us for too long, and it means cutting through the red tape to ensure that we can deliver these homes. So there has been a lot of talk about these targets and whether they are too ambitious. We welcome ambition. We lament the political class for lack of ambition at times. So when they show ambition, we should get behind that and really do whatever we can as an industry to help them. But really, you're right, the states and territories need to deliver these targets. Having $7 billion on the table, if that doesn't incentivise them, then nothing will.
Sure. I spoke to Chris Mintz at length about this yesterday. I spoke to him about taxes that he could perhaps look at in the construction phase. I spoke to him about perhaps mayors that are a little rebellious at this point. What do you think should be done in New South Wales that isn't being looked at the moment?
Look, I think there are a number of things that apply in New South Wales and equally in other states and territories, I should say. You mentioned tax. There is no question that it is incredibly challenging to deliver the homes we need with the current tax regime. Between 20 and 40 cents in every dollar of the purchase price of a home goes to taxes in some way, shape or form. That needs to change. At a federal level, we have seen, and it's in the Senate at the moment, before the Senate, thin capitalisation legislation, which is broadening.
Where's that up to? It seems to have stalled.
Broadening the base of tax.
Yeah.
It's currently sitting with the Senate, so the Senate Economics Legislation Committee have reported back. The government have made some amendments to improve the legislation. We don't think it quite goes far enough, and we'd like to see some further improvements. But that is an example of one tax which rose against the tide in respect of the federal government's housing agenda, which is a great agenda. They've put housing at the front and centre of their policy positions, which is fantastic, and we welcome that. But it's things like this that cut against the tide that really do impede investment into property more broadly, but particularly, given the state we're in at the moment, housing.
Yep, even the headline this morning that I read, not even the rich can afford to buy homes anymore. They're opting for renting, which is not all that cheap. Matt, we'll see where this ends up. Thanks so much for your time.